Ah, bollocks.
Okay guys, welcome to yet another video. This is a VR to GRUSS Newton. Now he asked, have you ever bought a system just to play one game, purely for one game? Excuse me. Now when I originally saw that last week or the week before, I can't remember exactly when it was, I thought about it for a second and I thought, nah, I haven't. But when you're stuck in a caravan for a week, you've got a lot of time to think about stuff. And I was thinking about this one, and I actually did buy a system for one game. It's maybe not entirely true to say you bought it for one game, because that would mean that you buy it for that one game and then you never buy any other games for it. I mean, I've never bought a system just to play one game, and that is the only game. But excuse me, the one system that I did buy, and it was based on seeing one game and one game only, it was the Nintendo 64. Now, like most people, when I think when the N64 came out, I remember the demo of it was like 1,000 little Marios all running about. It just looked amazing. But then when Mario 64 came out, it just changed what we thought was possible with video games. I mean, obviously we had the PlayStation, the PlayStation and Sega Saturn and the PC as well, but Nintendo, excuse me, you can probably tell I've still got this bloody cold. I got it about 2 weeks ago. I thought I'd got rid of it when I was away, and it seems to have kind of come back again. It's just annoying. It's more like an irritating cough. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're not interested in hearing about my woes. The N64, when I saw Mario 64, it just looked absolutely phenomenal, and I knew I had to have it. I mean, it got incredible reviews. It just looked amazing. I mean, it really did. It was, Super Mario games are generally regarded as some of the best video games that have ever been made. The playability, and Nintendo, I still think that they are probably the best video game makers, bar none. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other good video game companies, but Nintendo, when they're on forum, they're just unbeatable. The playability, the graphics, the polish, it's just incredible. And Mario 64 ticked all the boxes. It looked amazing. It was like 3D. We'd never seen anything like that ever before. So I went out and bought the N64 pretty much when it got released. I didn't go as far as buying it, on import or anything, but I went out and bought it as soon as it was released in the UK. I think it was in March '96, something like that, rings a bell. Pardon me. And I wasn't disappointed. It was a phenomenal game. I'm saying was, it still is a phenomenal game, it really is. But the sad thing is, every other game that came out in N64, it did nothing for me. There was Mario Kart, there was various games. In fact, I mean, this kind of says it all. I did have an N64, and I used to have one of these EverDrive cartridges, which basically gives you access to every game. And I actually sold both the N64 and the cartridge about a year ago. I simply wasn't playing it. There was none of the games I had any interest in playing apart from Mario 64. So I suppose that is pretty much defines it was that one game for the system that I liked. I bought the N64 just to play Mario 64, and there was no other games in the system that remotely interested me. I just felt they didn't look great. They kind of, especially on modern LCD TVs, the N64 I don't think has aged particularly well. But yeah, that is it. That is my answer to GRUSS Newton's question. Did you ever buy a system just to play one game? Well, yeah, it was the N64, and it was so I could play Mario 64. So, as usual guys, thank you very much for watching.